we are good to go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Homespun Yak. We were supposed to be on over an hour ago. The number of technical difficulties that we had was seemingly insurmountable, but through the collective intelligence of 4 different human beings, we were able to figure out a way to live stream the election, which is what we're going to be doing and talking about and reacting to, and have been reacting to for the last hour without you
guys
knowing.
Just missed it.
Yeah, but we do have special guests this time for our reaction. Kyle, would you like to introduce our guests?
The guests that we have today are husband and wife duo Bennie and Merva Berman.
Woo! I wish I could have like sound effects. That'd be great. Yeah, so
It's like technology, you could. You just don't know how to.
well, with the program I have, it's pretty complex. There's a lot of stuff that I still have yet to learn. But okay, actually, thank you. I appreciate it. So
Yep.
of
Now, Bennie, you're
thanks, Kyle.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just commenting. Bennie is Kevlar'd up at the moment. What's going on with that? What's your thinking there? Show the people your body armor.
Yeah, babes. Turn around too. Show them your butt.
He's prepared.
Bend over. There you go.
Yeah.
My plans when I have to. I mean, just so we're clear, that's $200. That's $200. That's $200. That's $200.
Is there a
Those
reason
candy
why
bars?
you're saying how much this? Yeah, I don't know.
That's $200. This is all taxes that I'll have to pay if he wins, or I can become a felon. So it's great.
To be clear, who is he?
That's what I'm wondering.
Biden,
Okay.
as of right now. So, we'll see.
So wait a minute. You bought those bullets, those magazines, with no tax associated with it, or in the future, if Biden wins, there will be a tax on ammunition?
Well, you won't be able to buy the ammunition online, nor firearms or gun parts. But he has said that if he wins, any magazine that's over 10 rounds, that's a $200 tax that you have to pay to the federal government on top of the tax that you have to pay for owning the weapon. So, like, I've got, like, roughly probably $3,000 that I'm looking at paying in taxes. So, if he wins right now. So.
Wow.
It's the price you
I wouldn't
pay
worry
for
about
freedom.
it. I mean, he's got Beto on his team for that. I don't think he would be too
Me and him are
extreme
tight.
Yeah. But yeah, we started out hot with guns. Nick, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was going to go real simple. I was just going to ask.
Let's get a little bit more simple here.
I was just going to ask who everybody thinks is going to win.
Okay, let's get to that pretty early on because we're getting results real time.
So far, how do you think things are swinging?
Well, in the state that I'm currently in, North Carolina, it's looking like Joseph R. Biden is going to win that state. And I actually had a friend talk to me who's diehard for Joe. He voted, and he was like, he came out and was like, dude, they're trying to trick people. They're trying to trick people because on the ballot it says Joseph R. Biden. He doesn't go by Joseph. That's going to throw a lot of people off. And I was like, if that throws people off, You don't want those people voting for you in the first place.
That's
Joseph,
bad.
Joseph Biden, I don't know who that is. I was looking for Joe Biden, so I guess I'll vote for Trump. Like I don't know what is I don't know what his thought is there, but yeah, so far Pennsylvania, 10% of the vote is in. Joe Biden's got a 65-34 lead. I know it's still early, but a lot of people have said that if Pennsylvania goes blue, it's pretty much over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my thoughts are that Joe Biden will probably win this thing, although Trump currently is leading in Virginia by quite a lot, which is something that I thought would never, ever happen. But
So
Nick, what do you think?
wait, let me get this straight. Virginia's blue right now, and they got a check mark next to Joe Biden. I know it's 37% reporting, and clearly the vote count is just massively slanted towards Donald Trump. So I'm trying to understand what they're trying to convey here. What
I
they're
think
hoping.
they're waiting on like a specific set of counties that are just like always 100% blue, like the major metropolis areas of Virginia. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems weird to just
Richmond and
call it
Arlington.
already.
Yeah, right. And North Carolina is 71% reporting Joe Biden leading there. And everybody probably guessed this, but Texas is going Joe Biden so far. So that's
Yeah, I think everybody knew that going in.
54% reporting. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's no shock whatsoever. Okay, so my thought process was that, like, even at the beginning of this, that if Donald Trump is in the lead at the end of tonight, I mean, even with everything in, like at the end of tonight, if Donald Trump has the lead, Joe Biden could still like surge forward with mail-in ballots, because I imagine that they're probably going to be getting those in and actually counting those over the next few days. So if Joe Biden at the end of tonight is ahead, I think that's game over. And that's from my expert opinion, of course, because I follow politics so much.
I mean, I would have thought that the majority of mail-in ballots that, were submitted were probably going to be majority Democrat.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
don't know for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I just would assume as well. But Benny, you're shaking your head. Go ahead.
No, and yeah, I totally agree. I mean, like Nick said, even if you do see a little bit of a Trump lead, that definitely, definitely can be squashed by all the mail-in ballots. I mean, they're supposed to be postmarked, by 2 weeks ago, a week ago, something like that.
I thought some of them
And
were on the day of that, or like maybe a day before
I mean,
that they could be postmarked. For some states,
yeah,
obviously it's different, right?
of course. But I think that really stretches it out for maybe another week, 2 weeks. When, like, I mean, are we going to
2 years.
need the Supreme Court to actually 2 years? um, do we need the Supreme Court to actually step in to say, like, hey, this is the line in the sand, nothing matters anymore? Or I just think I don't think we'll actually have a full picture tonight. I mean, of course, Nick, like you said, if Biden's leading tonight, it's only anticipated that more of his votes are going to trickle in. And if Trump's still winning at the end of the night, I mean, that could easily change by tomorrow afternoon. So I think it's a lot in the air right now.
Yeah, I think Biden has to win very big with the votes that are counted tonight in order to actually call it by
Yeah.
the end of this tonight. Because if it's anywhere close, I mean, I feel like Trump will still make some excuse no matter what the margin of difference is. But if it's anywhere close, yeah, then I could see it being dragged out days, weeks. I don't know.
Well, I think right. Trump at one point said that the moment that the election is quote unquote over, he's immediately going to call his lawyers and they will descend like hawks upon the American people.
On the dead and dying.
Well, you did say something along those lines. I may be exaggerating a little bit.
All right, update from Florida. 91% is in. Trump is leading by about 3%. Georgia, he's winning pretty big, although 30% have reported.
Yeah, only 30%.
I mean, with stuff like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Texas, most of the time North Carolina, I mean, this year it seems like every one of those states are kind of a toss-up, whereas normally they're going to be red.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not too surprised by North Carolina so far.
No, I'm not really.
Texas is, I mean, I know it's still early. It's 55% reporting, but that is truly shocking.
That just shows you how many people from California have moved to Texas.
Damn it, Joe.
They all live in Austin, Texas.
Yeah. Ohio is also 55% reporting, and Joe Biden is about 9 points up. I mean, we're also talking about like 20 million, 19 million votes. I mean, still incredibly low numbers. But I imagine, and I guess I'm curious what you guys think, but as it moves west, obviously California we can say is going to go to Joe Biden, but as it moves west, do you think that, like, if Trump doesn't have a lead in kind of central United States as well as eastern United States, does he even have a shot in the West?
Well, I think you run into the issue of looking at Colorado would probably go blue.
Yeah.
Blue.
It's traditionally a purple state over the last couple election cycles. I think you have to go out on a limb.
Alaska's going red.
Alaska?
All 3 points, bringing it home. Yeah, I think maybe the one like curveball that Trump can pull off is maybe if Arizona goes red, and that might
Which
just simply have to
historically
do
has
with
always been red.
Which true, but recently it's been very blue, with very blue leanings. But I think Biden's statements about fracking did put off a few of even the Democratic Congress people that represent the state, that they were like, well, most of my constituents work at natural gas, and if they're not going to have a job and that's on my watch, it's not going to look good for me. So it really puts them in a tough spot. Like, I wouldn't know what to do. I think you have to back your voters, but yeah, I think that's the only kind of like wild card out there. Maybe Nevada's in play, but I think once you kind of get past Colorado, it's like if he doesn't line up Florida,
Nevada could be Idaho, probably Iowa. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not that that's like west, but it's out there. Montana, Wyoming. I mean, but that's a couple points here, a couple points there. I mean, Oregon and Washington are like, I mean, that's huge rural areas that are very red. But, again, most of the population lives in Portland or in Seattle and Washington. And it doesn't get more blue than that.
No,
so
it
those
doesn't.
states will probably go as well for Joe.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, especially of late.
Shocking.
Dang.
Oh.
So you made a bet with your wife, who's been just staring at us
on the video. Yeah.
She doesn't take her eyes off of you. She actually couldn't get back in. She got booted because it froze up, and then she wasn't able to get back in. So probably I'll in a few minutes I'll switch out with her and let her take the reins, take the realm.
Maybe we'll just put the graph up where her picture is at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
She's not
Thank you,
coming
Kyle.
back.
Because we'll swap out.
That was a
yeah,
subtle way.
Green light on that.
That was subtle, Kyle.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a bet
All right,
going
guys, we
right
got the
now.
map up. Oh yeah, go
Perfect.
ahead with the bet. What's the bet that you
Oh.
and your wife made about the election?
So, if basically it's a monetary bet, $1,100 is up for grabs.
Only 1,100?
Yeah, I know, right?
What?
If old Trumper wins, I get $1,100 to do with what I please.
Pay taxes?
No, tell them actually what it is.
It's actually for buying a
What is
firearm.
it?
So, but if Biden wins, I have to take Maryville on a shopping spree and carry all of her bags, and it has to be in person, and she has to shake me while I do it.
I would like to see that.
So,
Shave you.
shame me.
What'd you say? Oh.
Shave me.
I don't want to see
Oh,
Kyle's
that'd be-
version.
No, I'll shame you as well, just to
Yeah.
add more fuel to the fire, as it were.
Yeah.
It's
But
just
to be
in
honest,
Wyoming, 0% reporting Donald Trump is taking the lead.
Woo! Bring it home.
Shocking.
But to be fair, I didn't vote for Biden, so or Trump, so
Oh,
I don't really have
I have a feeling I know who you voted for.
Howie Hawkins.
Tell us about tell us about why you love your candidate.
Howie Hawkins? You're not a Green Party supporter?
I am a no
Tell
one
us
supporter, but I did
Tell us
actually.
about if somebody comes up to you and says, and they know that you voted third party, and they say,
Oh yeah.
"Dude, you just gave a vote to Trump," and then you tell someone else, and they go, "Dude, you gave a vote to Biden." What's your response for both, or is the response the same for both?
Yep.
It's
Just
actually
that.
the same. It's that I
Yeah.
actually voted. I
Yeah.
voted my morals. I don't believe in the lesser of two evils argument. Although I did see nothing today, but
No, you guys are giving away your freaking vote.
Okay.
You'll have your time on the mic. Please step away. No, but it is the same. Like I do believe that I voted my actual conscience and not just voting against someone, because I don't think most people believe in what Donald Trump has to stand for, and I don't think that most people that voted for Biden believe really what he had to stand for. So I know that I align way more with what actually Joe Jorgensen actually stands for, and their party stands
She's a
for from a
doctor as well,
platform.
right?
Yep, a doctor and teaches at
herbology?
Clemson. Herbology. No, I think it's underwater basket weaving, if I'm not mistaken.
Can't imagine that's it.
Wow,
Doesn't seem right.
you'd be surprised. It's a liberal arts degree, sir. Anything's possible.
Okay.
That's true. Well, yeah. I mean, I like that. I like that response. I agree as well with that response.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think like the more people vote independent or whatever the third party would be, the more traction that particular group would get, on smaller levels, which could grow and then become a legitimate party, which I think we definitely
Well, it's been
need
around
more
since
of
the
because-
60s, though. That's the thing. Like, people forget
Oh, I
that the
know. I mean,
Libertarian Party has existed. So, and it's
Yeah.
funny, especially in the 2000s, you're talking about doubling the amount of people that vote for the party every single election cycle. And it's
Really?
a sustained growth that no other party has seen. I mean, everybody else is just kind of grandfathered into voting for blue or red because either that's what their family believes, or they have enough, like, I guess, nurturing forces on them in their youth to believe one way or another, that they just kind of fall in line. But I think you're seeing a lot of people of all different ages that break out of that mold, especially when they vote for a third party. I mean, if you're a Democrat and pissed off about we're not leaning far enough left, or like if you're a diehard Bernie supporter and mad because Joe Biden is really just a centrist. I mean, he's backed by billionaires. Like, does he really support the workers, or does he really support, workers' rights? You don't know. I mean,
47
probably
years,
not.
Joe.
47 years, exactly. So you probably would end up voting for, the Green Party, for like more of a socialist mentality of actually trying to support that. I mean, that's the reason why, yet again, the Green Party reached out to Bernie Sanders and was like, dude, just give it up. Come run for us, and you're good. We'll make you the candidate, and you'll be a presidential candidate, and you'll go straight to the top. Like, can you imagine how much movement he would have had behind him? Like,
No,
so many people would have voted for the Green Party.
He would have lost.
He would have lost.
He would have split the Democratic Party like right down the middle, and then Trump would have just walked right through.
Well, yeah. I mean, I get it, but it's not like he's actually a true Democrat.
No, I get both. Yeah, I mean, I get both points as far as, Bernie probably aligns a lot more with the Green Party than what the modern day Democratic Party looks like.
Yeah.
So I understand them reaching out to him and being like, dude, this is pretty much right up your alley. Like, why don't you actually join who you are instead of, Democrat? And then he said no. And then Howie Hawkins said, the dude got
sign
lost
me
in
up.
the sauce. He literally said he got lost in the sauce. And I was like, I like what this guy's saying, because he was he's in his, I feel like he's in his 70s or late 60s, white guy. But when I heard him talk, I was just like, is this like, I couldn't tell where he was from, but he was just like, he's using slang and like, who is this dude? But yeah, not many people know, who the third party candidates are. I don't know if that's just a lack of funding, a lack of, I don't know, a lack of exposure, a lack of
I think it's a suppression.
Still.
You think so? Really? How so?
Yeah. I mean, clearly everybody knows you're talking about Joe Jorgensen got on every single ballot in the United States and wasn't allowed to be on a single presidential debate. Like, I mean, I get it. Well, the Libertarian Party will probably be lucky if they get 4% of the national vote. But at the end of the day, it's like you're not presenting those options. And I think my good friend over at RT, Rachel. She's been reposting my stuff. Was it Rachel Blazin? What's her last name?
Rachel Doziel?
I don't remember. Dolezal? No. Sorry, got sidetracked. Yeah, but I mean, RT has even been like making that point known that you're not seeing this kind of coverage for a third party candidate or even a fourth party candidate. And that's on purpose. I mean, you're talking about the people at the top wanting to stay in power and not trying to do that. So, not trying to split their own vote.
Yeah, that makes sense. It definitely makes sense. I mean, you pretty much have to seek out the information on the third party candidates. I mean, I had to go down a rabbit hole of stuff just to hear Howie Hawkins, talk about his platform. Like, seriously, I was into this dude for a second.
There's a chance. Gonna get 0.4% of the
he might-
national vote.
Yeah, he might get about 10 people. But he's a very, it's just, you just have to, the information is not going to be presented to you basically on a level that, Trump and Biden narratives were pushed on you via text messages. I don't know how many texts you guys got this year, but I got like probably 200.
Yeah.
Whoa, he's saying 0. But most of them
I
were
got
like,
none.
we're like, hey, Christopher, like fracking is this. Like, it's all like not for me.
Yeah.
I was called so many females' names. It's
Oh,
crazy.
so was I. So was I. Yeah.
Hey, Vera. It's like, nah, that's not me. Not
Close, but not me. So Florida's at 90% reporting, with Donald Trump up by like 3 points, 3.5 points.
And how many electoral college votes is needed, Nick, in order to secure victory?
It looks like, based off of this line in the middle here, that 270 might be necessary. Hey, Maryland, 3% reporting, and it looks like Donald Trump is winning. Even though, again, like we were talking about, it's blue for Joe Biden, but
Yeah, just the confusing part is like when there's like 10% in, and then it's just like, and he wins. It's like,
right.
you know something we don't know?
Yeah, exactly.
Conspiracy.
Oh, clearly. New Hampshire, going to Joe Biden so far, 13% reporting. Good old Wisconsin, 1% reporting. 398 votes for Donald Trump, so that's basically a win.
We'll go ahead and call that.
That's all the people in Wisconsin.
Don't you love, Benny, that the fate of the nation hangs in the hands of your cousins in Pennsylvania? Isn't that nice?
There's some staunch Trump people, and then all work in unions, and I don't
Really?
understand it. I'm like, yeah, they work in like lumber unions and like construction unions, I think, and they were just moaning about this past week about how their union bosses are pushing to go vote for Trump, and I'm like, or for Biden, excuse me.
Oh,
And and I was just blown away. I was like, I could never work in some kind of an industry where that's like pushed on you. Like, I can't imagine going into my office and being like, yeah, you're not really part of the clique. You're gonna get chopped if you don't vote this way. And it's like, what do you mean? Like, I should be able to vote for Howie Hawkins if I want. Don't hate on me.
well, it's not like they have to
I'll
say
do
it though, right? Do they? I mean, no, of course they don't.
I
have
don't
to
think
say
they have to, but
Yeah.
I mean, when they're backing a candidate and it's like they're anticipating that they're going to get some kind of a kickback from that, whether it's like government, grants or whatever additional federal jobs that they hope to bring to that area, or like projects or something,
Right.
I think that there has to be that ambition to get behind a candidate to support them. Like, I mean, like, same thing with the police, It's not like Trump's not going to stop selling military weapons to the police if he gets elected. Biden might, but
Didn't Obama start that? I'm asking you as if you're the authority, so I need
I'm
you. I
not
need
the
you to
authority.
respond. I need you to respond as if you're the authority. Just blaze forward.
I'm pretty sure it actually started under Bush, if I'm not mistaken. But,
Okay. I'm taking your
that's
word for
definitely
it.
been
George Bush the first or the second?
two.
Number 2.
Second.
Wow.
W.
Yeah. So far, Texas is still pointing just by a
Leading
razor sharp margin.
What are the numbers
for
there?
Joe Biden? 4,030,000 30,720 for Joe, 3,929,362 for good
And
old
how many reported?
Trump. 61% reporting. So it's still a large amount of time, but yeah,
Too
that's
close to call currently.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
still pretty
And Florida,
stunning.
what's Florida? Any updates on Florida?
Florida is 90% reporting, and Donald Trump 91% reporting. Donald Trump is still up by about 2-3%. Hey, New Mexico,
Yeah.
Joe Biden won with 0% reporting. I mean, this is what I don't understand. Like, no wonder people are confused when they look at this thing. Like, if you just look at the number, if you just look at the colors, you think, oh, Joe Biden's definitely winning.
Especially Virginia, too.
Yeah, Virginia. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Joe Biden is 18 points behind, and they've got it colored blue right now. Like, just do it.
What the hell is that?
Just do it as a representation of what it really is. I'll tell you what it is. It's a conspiracy.
There you go, another.
Voter
And
fraud.
it's crazy. Like, it's the same thing with the polls. Like, what, before the election, like, this state's definitely this, like, by 10 points.
Oh, yeah, I got
we
you.
polled 800 people. That's
Yeah.
enough. Okay.
We polled 800 people at a university,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Yeah.
Shockingly, they all went Democrat. I don't know why.
It's going to be a landslide victory for Texas
Landslide.
and Florida.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
man.
stunning. So North Carolina is only about 100,000 vote difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump with 80% reporting. That's going to be a really tight one. That's getting narrower and narrower.
Have all the,
Jeez.
well, I don't think it goes by county, but something interesting I saw. Do you guys know Jorge Masvidal, the fighter?
Yes.
UFC fighter?
Yeah.
He's Cuban American, and he recently came out and gave a huge speech in Miami. That's where he's from. That's where a huge swath of Cuban Americans live, and basically coming out just bashing Biden. And if you look at the numbers for Miami-Dade County, this time compared to last election, like Donald Trump was way up in that particular county. So it's just funny
Oh, wow.
how certain things correlate a lot more than other things. Just
Yeah.
that a fighter can make a speech and then kind of like swing a county. I'm not
Oh,
saying
yeah,
that's
I
the
heard
only
that.
reason, but
He trashed that guy.
well, he
Gosh.
came out and said it because he was really like offended by the Joe Biden coming out and playing Despacito and being like, I got your vote, right? Like, Despacito.
Hey guys, well, I gotta roll off.
That was pretty
I
ridiculous.
gotta take care of some stuff. Sorry for the quick one, but I gotta roll off.
That's okay. All right. See ya.
All right. See ya.
So the
Yeah.
Oh, he's frozen.
Brilliant.
Okay, so I don't really know. Like, I think ultimately we're probably not going to find out some of these numbers until much, much later. I think I was reading somewhere that it might not be until at least Friday that we'll get like kind of those initial numbers, and then they have to go back and kind of check everything. Oh, Wisconsin just went blue. Oh man. They have a 20 point, 120 point for, or 120 votes, I suppose I should say, for Joe Biden.
Oh, it's over then.
Oh, yeah. Clearly. That's, oh, it just switched back to red. Never mind. Donald Trump is now up by 119.
Wow.
Yeah. So what do you think is going to be the reaction? Let's say if Trump wins, and then I'll obviously we'll talk about the other side.
I don't know. I mean, I think if Trump wins, there will definitely be a huge. I think there'll be a lot of unrest in the cities, like we've kind of previously seen, and I don't know. I think either way, it's not going to be super a clean break, because not only will you have people looting, rioting, doing all those things, to voice their displeasure with his winning, but he will also, probably be gloating and stirring up stuff on his own
Yeah.
in Twitter, which is the thing that, one of the main things that I hate about him the most is, his rampant Twitter irresponsibility and just tantrums and recklessness on that platform, and just how he carries himself in general. And the fact that for these past 4 years, it's all a lot of really smart people have been talking about. And I just wish that, I feel like people could have been using that energy to think about a lot more productive things, but he's been mostly a distraction. So I just don't want another 4 years where he's just taking up that bandwidth of, thought and reaction from people who could be thinking and reacting to other things that could help society in a positive direction.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. I hadn't really considered that before, but it is true that if you end up having this person that's so polarizing, people get so caught up in trying to communicate how much they dislike or hate this person instead of focusing on things that are more constructive. Which, I mean, granted, like, I don't really blame them. I mean, if you have strong emotions about someone, then that makes complete sense. It's just really unfortunate. Yeah. On the other hand, I think that if Trump wins, there's going to be some serious repercussions. I do think that across the board, a lot of people are going to be extremely upset. But I was kind of wrestling in my mind, like, who would evoke the strongest public reaction if Biden won or if Trump won? And I definitively think that it's if Donald Trump wins that we'll get the strongest public reaction, probably negative reaction as well as positive. But ultimately, I think because of that wild polarization, because you have so many people that would be jubilant, like genuinely really happy, and then you'd have so many people that would be so incredibly unhappy, I do think that's going to cause some serious issues in terms of kind of public peace over the next probably several weeks, maybe even months. So it'll be tough. It'll be tough to handle, and it's going to be, I think it could definitely be scary for a lot of people. But
yeah, could further, highlight the division in the country right now. Whereas with Biden winning, I think you just, the temperature is going to be brought down a little bit across the board. I feel like you would hope. Yeah, you never know. You never know, but that's just the general feeling that I would have right now. And then, I don't know. I think the biggest thing that is kind of like I said, I just don't want to be distracted for another 4 years of bullshit. I mean, I don't want to settle for, somebody that I don't fully believe in, but at the same time, I think I would rather have someone that, I don't know, can at least be willing to admit when he's wrong, or work with other side of the aisle, or at least try to. I don't know. It's just, it seems like we're at a point where we need uh, a change in leadership, and obviously the change would be back to sort of the norm of how it has been,
Yeah,
which,
unfortunately.
it is what it is. But, maybe that's just what we need. Maybe we don't deserve anything else at the moment. I mean, Trump was probably the most extreme example of somebody outside of the norm.
Mhm.
So maybe it'll be tried again with like somebody like The Rock or something. But
A lot of people would support The Rock though, just because
oh,
he's nice and he believes in being kind to people, but he's also got that macho sense that a lot of Republicans seem to identify with. It, this isn't exactly a mystery, but I've always felt that a lot of Republicans are just like, does he drink whiskey? Is he? That was a good time. That was a good time. That was a good time to drink some. Does he have hair on his chest? Like that's what things kind of boil down to. Like
those are check marks. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's what it feels like for Republicans. Like
Yeah.
that's it. That's all that is required. Is he bombastic? Does he have like a dominant persona?
Personality.
Then Republicans will be cool with it. And I think The Rock has that, and he's also, from the little that I know, he seems like a really kind person, and he's incredibly popular.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could totally see that. But I mean, to your previous point, I think one of the positives of Joe Biden, even though he's so incredibly boring, and I don't like him very much, the positive of having him as the current nomination for the Democratic Party is that can you imagine what it would be like if you had someone like Bernie Sanders on there? Because I think if Bernie Sanders were to have won, I think the reaction from the Republican side would have been out of this world, just because he is also an incredibly polarizing individual in that he has all these different ideas on how things should be done, exactly the opposite of how they're done now. And, I don't have a problem with that. I'm not talking like my personal opinions about it, but just the fact that Joe Biden is such a centrist that it at least, like, once people swallow the pill of, I'm talking specifically about Republicans, once Republicans swallow the pill of, oh, okay, a Democrat won, this sucks, I have this loyalty to Team Red, it's not like his policies would be as extreme. They wouldn't also have to swallow the pill of, oh, I also have to have all these different things change in my life, which a lot of Republicans are against, obviously. So I don't know. I think that there are definitely positives to Joe Biden being the nomination, but clearly I'm certainly not enthused by it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you just look at really what both candidates are offering or have offered in the past, and I just don't know that my life changes that dramatically
No,
with either of them in.
that's the
But I don't
powerful
know.
thing. Yeah, that's the powerful
Yeah.
thing. Like, you just hit it right. Like, our lives aren't going to change that much, but for other
Right.
people, this is a huge thing. Like, this is a really big deal. So for them, it can be genuinely devastating. Like, you think about minority groups, you think about immigrants, refugees. Like, you think about all these different people that are going to be negatively affected by Donald Trump winning the presidency. So I certainly feel from that standpoint that really it's more of a mentality of anything but Trump kind of mentality, which I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. Actually, breaking news,
Mm.
we have Texas
Oh my
has
gosh.
gone red. uh,
Oh
by
God.
by about
Point
20.
one.
I know, 0.1%, to by 20,000 votes so far, with 64% reporting. Florida is at 91% reporting. Okay, Joe's still got
Trump's taking a bigger lead.
yeah. Well, yeah, slightly
Not crazy.
larger. Yeah, slightly larger lead. Let's look at good old North Carolina. Oh wow, that's an even smaller lead than he had before. 83% reporting was about 70,000 votes
Wow.
in.
The craziest thing for me is Virginia still.
Look at that. Look at that.
It's like
Yeah.
the whole, yeah, the
300,000
whole
behind.
state
Yeah.
is red, and then there's a tiny speck on the eastern shore of Virginia that is blue.
Really?
Yeah,
I
it's
guess I can
crazy.
zoom into this. Oh yeah.
They just think they think he's still gonna win this state. Maybe he will. I don't know.
Well, Richmond, Norfolk, I guess that's Roanoke. That's
Yeah.
that are all reporting. I don't know. But the
Let's
rest of
see,
the
North
state,
Carolina.
North Carolina, got Raleigh, Fayetteville, Charlotte, and Greensboro. So every city except for
And
Greenville,
then
North
Asheville is.
Carolina. Oh yeah, Asheville.
Uh-oh.
Asheville's probably in there as well. Actually, maybe Greenville is probably in here
Yeah.
somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Somewhere along here. So they might actually be going blue as well. Man, what a tight race. Let's check out.
Just crazy that all the like capital cities or major cities are
Yep.
always Dem-
Yep.
all university towns Democrat.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to offend anyone. I mean, the city and then the college thing is two different. I think it's two different reasons, but I don't know. I mean, I think maybe the policies that Democrats are running behind and implement are more beneficial to urban, you know, way more people in a smaller area
Yeah.
living.
Yeah.
Just more access to social programs, maybe more of an emphasis on I don't know, investing into like science and art as far as like major city attractions. I have no idea. I really don't know. I just know that it always is that way, but I don't really have the data to back up why it is that way. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that as well. I do think that at least when it comes to universities, I mean, let's be real. One party is far more giving to the sciences and education and whatnot, and the other party is not. And I'll leave
yeah.
that for the listeners to figure out.
Yep.
And I do think that plays a big factor. But also, I do think that the way that the universe, I mean, it's funny, and trying to say this in kind of a PC way so that you don't offend people, but really, when it comes down to education, that's a huge one, right? Like, if you go to a university, you're going to be exposed to all these different ways of thinking. And I do think that a more liberal understanding of the world is to try and consider more ways of thinking. And a conservative way of thinking is, and I'm not necessarily saying it's wrong. I personally do think that certain aspects it is wrong, but in other ways it's just different. but it's not as like forgiving of like, yeah, I accept as many different people because I've learned about all these different cultures and I understand. And it's a lot less based on like this overall education process. And so yeah, I do think that in university towns those tend to go blue for that reason. Specifically cities, I can't fully explain that, except maybe that may also just be because it's correlated to universities. I don't know. Yeah, still razor thin in a lot of different places. South Carolina is taking its sweet time reporting.
They've pretty much confirmed red, though.
Oh yeah, 29% reporting. But you see this like little diagram, this legend here. It says one. If it's colored in fully, it's a state that's been won. How can you declare that? 29% reporting
It's very strange.
on 90,000 difference. That's so unacceptable. I just don't get that. 14% reporting. It's like South Dakota doesn't have any more people in it. The margin is 17,000 people. And for some reason,
It's over.
yeah, it's over.
And so when they're doing the bold colors to signify the state's over, it's done.
Yeah.
That's when they're giving them the points at the top, like 131 to 92.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So technically these numbers, I know for a fact that none of these numbers are like set in stone, because I know that like based off of a ton of different articles that I've been reading from different news sources, they literally cannot count all the votes that they have by the end of tonight. They literally can't. So because some states aren't literally, I keep saying literally, but it is literal. They literally can't have their counting starts on their election or on election day. So for certain states, they just started counting, and for other states, they've been counting kind of earlier on. So for certain states, you're going to get a more accurate number than you would for other states. But ultimately, that means that whatever number that they show at the top here is just a guess based off of this
Right.
crappy reporting.
God, it's just, you wonder who's behind this. It's just like, I don't know.
They always say it's like some predictive models that they use,
Yeah, that works well.
Yeah, it does.
Believe shit anymore. Like
Yeah.
if Trump wins again, I mean, what
Just
the hell?
throw all the models out. Throw every single model you ever had.
Never polling again. Don't ever poll someone again and then confidently say on your website that Biden has like a 98% chance of winning and Trump has a 2% chance. Like, it's just clickbait bullshit now, the news. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not giving Trump credit as far as like saying like fake news, therefore all news against him is fake and not real.
Yeah.
But I mean, during his presidency, I think a lot of outlets have been exposed as just once very reputable, but now very much clickbait, and goes back to the thing of every day you're now relying on whatever this guy says to make your numbers.
Yep.
You can't report on anything else. You
Nope.
hate him so much, but you can't stop talking about him because no one would tune in if you did.
Yeah.
It's just a vicious cycle of insanity that has been created in these past 4 years. And I'm not blaming Trump 100% on it, although he's a huge instigator and fire starter in a lot of it. But yeah, like CNN and these big places where it's just like, I thought we were going to get news today, but it's just another like opinion piece. I mean,
Yeah.
and this is not just CNN. I mean, this is right-leaning
Sure.
major news outlets as well, and it's just very difficult to get news that is unbiased. I don't know if you can get that anymore because everybody wants, not everybody, but a lot of people want to have an opinion, and they want their opinion to be justified. So they're going to go toward outlets that lean the way they feel.
Totally.
And that's another thing that I hate that's happened in these past 4 years is just wasting so much energy on stuff that really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Like, let's get, like, if he wins, like, that's great. Like, why don't you show some humility now and like get to work and try to do some of the things you said you're going to do, and people can go about their lives as normally as possible and not have to wake up every day and check Twitter or something like that for what he said. And they can focus on more important things, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a huge distraction to our society. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for some of these, right, they got Maryland at 3% reporting. And typically Maryland goes blue, according to the people that I talk to in Maryland. But so far he's behind by 18,000 votes. He's down by 18 points, which obviously that doesn't mean anything at the moment because it's 3% reporting. But they've already colored this blue at 3% reporting, and he's down 18 or 17 points. And Maryland is blue. Like, and it means that he won. Like, that I don't get. I just don't understand that.
If anybody can help us out with this, it would really be nice, because
I was hoping somebody would have some sort of comment explaining it. I can't. I don't understand it. I love how they have other candidates here. It's like whoever that might be. You've never heard of them in your life. Could be your mom. Could be your dad.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wait. Didn't it say Arizona there?
So I'm on Action.
Expect at 10 p.m. Okay.
I'm on actionnetwork.com, which is like a big betting site.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's see here. As of 9:15 p.m. tonight. Okay, so let's go to Monday, which was yesterday, at 11:30 p.m. So not even 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
Biden's odds of winning, according to this betting site, sports betting, but we're 66.6%.
That's a good number.
The odds, yeah, exactly. The odds today, and Trump's odds were 33.3. The odds today, 9:15, 30 minutes ago, Joe Biden 48.4, Trump 51.2.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
Okay. I gotta ask you this. Like, would you be shocked if Donald Trump won?
No.
You would not.
I would be shocked, but I wouldn't be as shocked as I was last time, probably.
Okay. Yeah.
I would be shocked. I would definitely be shocked, but I wouldn't be like devastatingly shocked in
Were
a
you
way that I
walking
was like, I
around?
never saw this coming. Yeah, or walk for 3 hours in a days at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I would definitely be like, Again, it goes back to just like, who are these idiots in charge of all these polls and all these so confidently saying that this is going to happen this way, that way, whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm still confident that Joe Biden is probably going to win, but it is, it is seemingly a little bit closer than what I imagined it would be. But again, we have only 50% votes counted in, most of these places or less. So
Yeah, right. Yeah, and the mail-in afterwards. I really think that
yeah,
if it's close, even if Trump is ahead by a little bit, if it's close by the end of the night, Joe Biden's going to jump ahead by he's got kind of that boost at the end. I would be absolutely blown away if Trump won. I seriously would. I would be just floored. Just because at that point I'm thinking to myself, like, it legitimately doesn't matter what a candidate says anymore. Like from then on, American politics could literally be the WWE. Exactly. Just
and
pick
then The
up,
Rock is next.
yeah, just pick up chairs and just start slamming it over people. And yet, wasn't there a candidate years ago that said one thing? I that's like the most
No,
detail I can give you,
I
unfortunately.
know,
He
I
was
know who
like,
you're
he
talking
got
about.
excited and he said
I know who
something,
you're talking about.
and his
Howard
whole
Dean.
campaign went into the drain.
No, Howard Dean. He was like, he did way better in the primaries
Yeah.
than they thought he would. And he's like giving a speech, and he's like, "Guess what? We're gonna go to Washington." And like Dave Chappelle did that bit about it.
Uh,
He's like, well, Howard Dean was like, "We're going to go to Washington, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada," and like, like the dude was, he was like on another level. He couldn't control himself, and he was just like, yeah, like
that's
he couldn't hear himself, but he made a wild scream that
yeah.
was it was like, whoa, like it was weird, but it was like the dude was clearly just excited,
Yeah.
and they like isolated the sound, and they're like, Howard Dean like lost his mind. He's like, I just yelled, and they ruined him. They absolutely destroyed this guy.
Yeah.
And not that he won, but he would have done way better if they had just not said anything.
Yeah.
Like Dave Chappelle did a bit about it where he was where he made fun of him in one of his sketches. That's pretty good. But yeah, it's just wild what some people can get away with. Like he couldn't get away with just screaming
Excitedly.
in a
Yeah.
moment of passion and surprise.
Meanwhile, Donald
couldn't
Trump
get
can literally say anything. Like you could say aliens are real and they're coming down and they will zap all of you. He could drop the F word. Like it wouldn't matter. Like it just doesn't matter. None of it matters. That is stunning to me. So what's the
Yeah, I don't know
incentive
why.
then? Like what's the incentive of being like gentlemanly and polite and a statesman, if that's the situation?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is the concern here that if he wins again, he's just going to double down even further on his rhetoric, on the
I,
language that he uses? I don't know. Is it going to get worse?
I do think a legitimate. I didn't even think about this, but I was talking to someone and they brought up like, why not? You have nothing to lose from that point on. Like they, unless okay, I will give you a scenario where he might not do it. If the Democrats win the Senate, and then he has a chance of getting impeached. But considering they already, well, I guess they already impeached him, right? Or no. Yes, they did impeach him,
Yeah, they did.
but they were going to have like the whole trial and whatnot, and that didn't end up happening. So he already knows that that's probably not going to happen again. So he has free reins. It's not like he can have another term. So at that point, yeah, I mean, of course I feel like it just escalates. It just starts out like already really bad, and then it just continues to escalate upwards up until you get to a point where he's just saying the craziest stuff, and doing the craziest stuff. That's the scary part.
Still know how he got here.
White supremacists.
Yeah, and it's just like also if he wins, again, you just got to blame. Well, you can't blame 100% anybody, but I would just have to say, like, man, the Democrats, you guys just need to get your shit together, like in a way that no one else has needed to get their shit together ever.
Seriously.
It's just absurd.
Yeah. Yeah. To take Trump's words, they need to drain the swamp. They legitimately, in their party, need to drain their own swamp.
Seriously, overhaul.
Yeah.
76% of the vote is in Texas. Trump is up by less than 200,000.
Wow, you're way ahead of me. I'm still at 67% reporting. 87% reporting in North Carolina, and the margin is getting thinner and thinner with 0.2% increase for or higher
See
up.
what
for
counties are left in good old NC. We could swing this whole damn thing.
There's two counties left that
What's
are.
the other dark gray one? Oh,
There's
that's
a
the
darker-
water.
Oh, that's the water. The fish are casting their ballots.
Yeah, that'd be the water. Huh.
I don't know what any of these counties are though. What's north of Wake County?
I think that's like Hendersonville or something.
Henderson.
Dude, I have no idea.
Okay. Could be legitimate. Wow. I mean, I don't know. Like I
Franklin.
have to imagine it's Franklin.
Franklin County, that's going red. I'm sorry, but
Okay, well that's really unfortunate. This number at the top, 131 to 92 right now. Kyle, this is all based with these massive assumptions for all these states here. And some of them are showing that Donald Trump is actually winning. So imagine if
it's the craziest thing.
if this just suddenly flips to like 70 and this goes up to like 150 or something like that, that would be stunning.
Well, it's just weird that they would just. Why can't you have the patience to just put the numbers up as they land?
Yeah, exactly.
They just can't not have numbers up there.
Yeah.
They're
That's
fluctuating constantly because people can't pay attention.
an independent news source that I listened to. He was talking about how the number one thing people have to consider is that news sites, because they're so biased, they just don't allow for patience to win over, for them to just not report things based on predictions and stuff like that. I mean, look, like for example, Kentucky, 93% reporting. Donald Trump almost has a 30% lead on
Right.
Joe Biden.
Joseph.
That who's Joseph?
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, thank you. Whew. Now I'm rescued.
Yeah.
So for this one, I still wouldn't do it until it's 100% reporting, but like at least here you can be pretty certain that it's going to go to Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's
Probably
true.
true for Tennessee. Not South. I mean, none of these, unless they're reporting at 90% high or higher, and Donald Trump's up by like 10 points. Uh-oh. Joe Biden's starting to really lose Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's 2% behind now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, people are wondering what happened to Benny. The feds raided his house, and he's now in jail at an undisclosed location.
Being interrogated.
Guns were and ammo were seized.
And they said he didn't pay taxes on them.
Yeah, he didn't. I do wonder what happened to him, though.
I find it comical that Joe Biden is just destroying Donald Trump in the District of Columbia.
Oh my God.
I think that is so funny to me. Like the place that's supposed to be the most presidential of them all, and that's the place where he
lived.
yeah. Oh man. Okay, so like Vermont is a pretty safe bet. So far, well, maybe not. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah. What are you drinking, by the way? What's on the menu?
Oh, I've got Bushmill single malt 10-year from the great nation of Ireland.
Wow.
We've
And
got a few listeners, and oh, it's great. It's a little bit lighter colored. They actually age it in sherry barrels. So sherry is like a dessert wine, although it can be very dry too.
yeah.
It gives it more of that kind of a lighter color, a little bit more of a creamier taste to it. Well, I'm seeing now, sorry to go off track here, but I'm watching the news as well on my TV here, and in downtown Raleigh, there appears to be a huge mass of people parading the streets.
For what?
I don't know. They're wearing all black, and they've got umbrellas with them, so that appears to be a telltale sign of Antifa. But I could be wrong.
Not to cut you off, Kyle, but Pennsylvania went from dark blue, and you know what that meant, that it was going for
Secure.
Joe Biden, and secure has now gone to light blue as Donald Trump has closed the gap to just 3,000 votes.
In Pennsylvania
down to 3,000 votes.
Hell?
Yeah.
Only 25%.
I mean, only 25% reporting, but I find it funny that it was dark blue, and then they were like, maybe we were a bit premature here.
Whoa, that is massive. I mean, I feel like North Carolina is the only state.
Oh, it just went red. It just went red.
Oh my God.
Okay, so it went from secure for Joe Biden to now trending towards Donald Trump.
What? So, let me think about this.
Think about it. Donald Trump is closing in on Joe Biden in North Carolina. Less than 10,000 votes between them now.
Oh my God. I think Joe Biden will win North Carolina, though.
You really think so? You just said Franklin County's there. mean, this is
like,
less than 10,000
that's
votes.
like
That's like
30.
30 people. And a goat.
Yeah. Wow. That's, I mean, still early in PA, but
Yeah, oh yeah.
wow. If PA, Texas, Florida, and North Carolina, then people are in trouble. But I feel like North Carolina, if that holds blue, I think Biden still is going to win. Although I'm seeing Ohio as light red right now. What's Ohio doing?
Oh, Ohio did switch, yeah, because it was blue earlier.
Is Minnesota
Utah just went
light
red. What's that?
Is Minnesota light red?
Minnesota is blue at the moment.
Sorry?
Blue and
Michigan.
so far sticking with blue. Michigan, yes, is definitely red, but it's only 30% reported.
Okay.
Yeah, but they are behind by 200,000 votes.
In Wisconsin, what are the numbers there?
2-1.
Ah,
Donald Trump is ahead with 35% reporting. I mean, it would surprise me if Joe Biden won in Wisconsin.
oh really?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people there are. When I went there to visit, I saw Trump Pence signs everywhere, just everywhere.
Even in your grandparents' yard.
I don't know who they ended up voting for, but I imagine it was probably,
Johnny T.
yeah, it was probably Trump.
So for the House, Republicans are at 155 to 145 Democrats, 218 to control.
Okay, that's good. Wait, the Senate though is Republican 84. But again, like, is any of this actually accurate? Again, same
know.
thing.
Yeah, I don't know if any of this is accurate. I just love, like, as it gets deeper into the night, and if Trump, like, it's like this dude is, like, kind of doing way better than we thought, and he's, like, destroying. People are like, we're only at 99%. There's still a chance, guys.
Dude, yeah. I mean, look at this map, Kyle. Look at this map. Okay, if North Carolina turns red,
Oh, it's
and
tied.
and it is tied. It is officially tied, folks. And Virginia, which is for some reason still, I mean, it's closing. It's closing, but still, like, if this turns red as well, that means like everything in here is red. I mean, almost everything on the East Coast, except for obviously the very north, New England, and everything in the South, and everything in the Midwest is going to be red, except for, well, I'm not even going to count Illinois at the moment. I guess Minnesota might go Joe Biden, but like, that is massive. Oh, I guess Arizona's been in it for a while. 60% reporting. Yeah, about 250,000 lead for Joe Biden.
That's a big deal if he wins that.
Dude, at this rate, everything's a big deal. If he wins it, to be honest. Wow.
Oh, what are the percentage? 69.
Yeah. I feel like Kentucky's the closest one to being done with their reporting. They're at 94%. Everybody else is still lagging pretty far behind.
God, Maine looks pretty tight.
Which one?
Maine, for some reason.
Maine? Where the hell is Maine?
Way
Oh,
up
at the
yonder.
top. Okay, yeah. I was confused because it was red still. Yeah, it's been red the whole time. Of course, they're taking their sweet time, maybe because it's cold. They can't move as
Yeah.
quickly. They're at 11% reporting. They've been up there for a long time.
We are at 9:45 p.m. Update on the betting odds. Trump has moved to 67.5%. It has flipped entirely in less than 24 hours.
Okay, I will say, even for the record now, I still think Joe Biden is going to win.
Yeah.
The reporting is just so low still for so many states, you know.
I know. I mean, Michigan was like super low.
North Carolina just went red.
No.
Yep. He just went up by 3,000 votes.
Well, that's Franklin County.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh no,
No,
they haven't come in yet.
they haven't come in yet.
What is taking them so long?
Trying to figure out.
Who's the other one in the top right?
I'm never going to be able to tell you. You're going to have to pull up a map of North Carolina.
Let's see. What is it? Let's see here. It's the pesky Perquimans County. You've been to Perquimans.
Perquimans? Yeah.
Yeah, Perquimans County.
Never got a good
Yeah.
read on them.
Major city in Franklin County is Lewisburg.
Ooh, that's not good.
Historically, that is not good for the Democrats.
No, it is not.
Do not want it to come down to the Lewisburg vote. Oh, God.
Wow. Now Montana's in the mix. Montana, all the ranchers.
Well, that's going red.
Yeah. Oh, Joe Biden's definitely losing Texas now.
Really?
Yeah, by more and more. Now he's 250,000 behind. Wow. 16% reporting for Maryland.
16%?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these states are still so far behind, you know, 19%, 32%, 34%, 28%. Vermont's at 83%. But all those that I just listed, they're all colored as they've been won by the Democrats, which just, like, I keep looking at this number. I'm like, that could be as low as like 50, you
Right.
know,
If it flips.
or even lower. North Carolina's 90% reporting, unfortunately.
Are they? Oh, man. Now about 30,000 down.
Yep. Yep, about 30,000
Yes,
down.
Franklin came in.
They
They
did.
did.
They went Republican. Oh, that's good. Well, we predicted that one. Now we're just waiting on Saskatchewan County. What was it again?
God. Perquimans.
Oh, Perquimans. Okay. All right. Colorado's blue. No real shock there.
Nope.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Wow.
Franklin County population 70,000
Look up
per Quim.
thank you. Perquimans.
Ah, well, jeez.
Is it 30,000? I hope.
Place. Beautiful place if you're ever in the area to visit. Population looks to be around 13,000.
Oh my god. Okay, so not even half of what Joe Biden needs.
Not half. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Okay, we're at 10 p.m. with the betting odds. Update here. Trump has moved to 74.2% odds of winning the 2020 election.
Okay. We're still not actually believing that, though. I am not believing it.
It's interesting. It's fun. It's very fun.
Very fun, says Kyle dejectedly. So Trump has now moved up to 98 electorate. If he wins, what he is going to say, I will not be able to listen to that. I genuinely will not be able to listen to him. Kyle with the hand gestures.
Okay, I said it the whole time. I knew.
I knew. Yeah, right. Man, oh man.
Fake news loses again. Well, for Pennsylvania, 25% is in. Trump is up by about 100,000. Rhode Island, somehow he's winning.
Rhode Island.
Arizona, he's losing pretty badly.
Oh yeah, he is. Wow.
Arizona.
So far out of the swing states, Joe Biden has Arizona. I'm not kidding. Look, Arizona, okay, Iowa at 13% reporting. Look at that.
Iowa, that would surprise me. Oh, God.
So it would surprise me too, but he's got New Hampshire, which is 4 electoral votes, Iowa 6, and Arizona at 11.
6 for Iowa. Come on.
Put a little more respect. Come on, huh?
11 like Arizona.
Meanwhile, Trump has Florida, Georgia, Michigan, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Wisconsin. So essentially every single other state with a high electoral number, except for, I guess, Wisconsin. Trump has is leading in all of those. That is so stunning to me. I can't describe to you. I literally, I can't describe to you how stunning I am, because the number of people that I have heard that are going to go vote, and that I am pretty damn certain that they did not vote for Donald Trump. It seems just so insurmountable, the number of people that I know that were going to go to vote. And I am not one of those people that cuts out oh, you're voting for Trump, therefore I can't be friends with you, and therefore,
right.
Which I understand is a privileged position, but still, so I haven't actively deleted people and whatnot. So whoever I encounter, if they're, I keep them around, just on Facebook or whatever it might be, Instagram.
Yeah.
So I'm getting reports from people that are like definitely pro-Trump, definitely pro-Biden, et cetera, et cetera. And it just seemed like the pro-Biden people were just so much more adamant about going out and voting and making sure other people vote and like all this stuff. And then here I am looking at this map and
I know. But
Trump,
I think it goes back to, again, the mail-in votes. I think the
totally.
Democrats were the vast majority of mail-ins were from Democrats.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people who are, like diehard Trump people, which there are a ton of, were like, screw mailing it in. Like, we're going to go down there the day of, and which makes a huge difference. But I think it's like, we're just going to send a FU to mail in ballots.
Pick up Corona on our way. Bring it on back to Meemaw.
Yeah. Because oh god. Let's see here.
So yeah, North Carolina, 90% reporting still. Oh, Kyle, can you help me with the name of that county again?
Perquimans.
Perquimans. I think Perquimans just went blue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to have made much of a difference.
Where
Or
are we
maybe,
at percent?
maybe they haven't counted it yet. It's a 0.6% difference still. So it's still about 30,000. About 30,000 votes difference. Oh, sorry. 30,000 votes difference. So if I zoom in, this was it, wasn't it?
Yeah. I believe so. Let's see. Let me look at what zoom in. Can you zoom in a little bit on that? I don't know if that was it.
We're looking at the shores of North Carolina to figure out if one lone county with a population insufficient to win North Carolina.
I'm looking, and that is not Perquimans County. Perquimans County is the one directly below.
Right here.
Yes.
Okay.
You nailed it. That's Perquimans. Went right on the ass.
Went red on my ass. Oh, man. Jesus.
Wow, this is crazy. And then I love at the top, it's still Biden 131.
I know.
That's great.
They're really taking their sweet time with the 91% reporting. Like Kentucky and Florida have been stuck at 94 or 91% reporting for the last like 45 minutes.
Oh, good Lord. They're saying 72% is in on Ohio. The whole entire state is blood red. There's like 2 counties that are blue.
I got 80% over here for Ohio.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, with
What have we got?
about 250,000 votes difference for Donald Trump.
Brilliant.
Oh man.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm just trying to like.
It's just bewildering.
Cope, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, but again, I did say at the beginning, maybe I didn't say it to you, but I legitimately think that I would have been surprised if Trump hadn't been in the lead from the in-person voting. I think what I'm thrown off by is the fact that it could potentially, and we're not at that point yet, but it could potentially be a pretty sizable lead, which I don't know if the mail-in ballots will be able to overcome that.
Yeah. I mean, if you're Joe Biden at this very second, having the information that we have, what's going through your mind right now?
I would be embarrassed, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because like you're seeing this number and everybody's like probably coming up to you and being like, "Oh, things are looking good and everything." All that, and then you're like scrolling over this stuff yourself, or you have your
Yeah.
aide do it because you can't do it yourself, and and you're seeing these like blue states that clearly aren't blue states because uh, Donald Trump has higher numbers in them, you know.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm just thinking about Joe Biden trying to use a computer. Uh, Come in here, man, and show me how to scroll this thing. I never know how to use scroll.
Oh man, truly stunning. So Rhode Island is still going towards Donald Trump so far. Of like all these coastal states, which it seems like everything else, without very high reporting except for Delaware, does seem to be going towards Joe Biden. Except, yeah, yeah. Man, oh man. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, I don't really have too much else to say related to this election for the time being. But I don't know about you, Kyle, but I'll probably stop this episode here and then actually give our reaction to what actually happens next episode, because then hopefully by then we'll know.
Yeah.
One can hope.
Okay.
If not, I mean, we'll react to whatever information we do have.
From a bunker.
From a bunker. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, folks, thanks for joining us on the live stream. If you were watching on the live stream, admittedly, this was incredibly last minute. We had so many technical difficulties, it wasn't even funny.
We didn't anticipate you have to register a day before to get live on YouTube.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
Yeah. Oh well.
We'll prepare better next time. But I feel like there was a huge influx of stuff like this going on anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That
for sure.
that could have been why it didn't allow us to do it as well.
That's possible. I don't know what the deal was. At any rate, any future ones will hopefully be on YouTube, our main platform where we have all of our listenership.
Yeah, we've got unlimited range to do and say whatever we want.
Yeah, now that we've signed our YouTube
Now
contract.
that Trump's going to win again.
Oh God, please no.
No, we don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet. Does seem like certain things are swinging towards Joe Biden, which is nice. But
Okay.
still, the reporting is just so early. Most things are still in the 30s of percent, except for North Carolina, which is at 91%. I mean, a lot of stuff is really, really early still, so we'll have to see how things turn out.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, folks, and we will catch you next week. See ya.